राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय 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 गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये Today we are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 9, verse number 39. Title promise prayer for creating energy. Vitohamastu bhadram te lokanam vidayachaya yedastorshi gunamayam degunam manuvarnayan Vitohamastu bhadram te lokanam vidayachaya yedastorshi gunamayam degunam manuvarnayan te लोकानां विजयच्छया यदस्तौचिर्गुणमयी निर्गुणं मानुवर्णयन् सोऽहमस्तु भद्रं ते लोकानां विजयच्छया यदस्तौचिर्गुणमयं मानुवर्णयन् word by word, word by divine grace, Santo Prabhupada. I am very much pleased by your description of me in terms of one pretty mundane to another. Against all conditions, in your desire to fulfill all science career. We already said it. Become a potent. Erenak manityam yutva stotrena mamade tasyasu samprasideyam sarva kama varivara. Word by word. Yeah, anyone who etena by this woman, human being, nityam regularly, praying, sutrena by the verses, mam, me, Ajit, may worship, tasya, is, asu, very soon, Kumprasiddhim, I shall fulfill Sarva, all, Kama, desires, Paraishvara, the Lord of all benedictions. Translation. Any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of his desires, for I am the Lord of all benedictions. Human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires, for I am the Lord of all benedictions. Ọ̀gbẹ́ntìmídàndàṣẹ Gyananjana-Salakaya Suranmilitamena Tasmati Gurave. Very interesting lesson here in this verse, like how if we pray like Brahma, then we will get the benediction and fulfill the desires of the heart very soon. Brahma prayed with sincere heart and he was able to see the Lord. He saw him in the heart, but then he was able to talk and God. We see him in the temple and in the form. In any case, Madrid will very soon. Good result. Not harmful. Everything else that comes without God, putting a God in his eyes, then it is not desires of the heart. So the Lord says, for I am the Lord of all benedictions. Every benediction that comes to a human being or any other being, it's all comes from the Supreme Lord, Narayana. This verse indicates us that we should pray like Brahma all the time. Our words should be like ease and properly situated. It all should be in realized knowledge. Pray, then the Lord fulfills the desires of the heart. The Bhaktivedanta Thakur used to say that we should pray only to achieve the Lord abode, nothing else, and loving relationship. That alone is the desire of the devotee. But even material desire that we desire, like going to heaven or having a lot of opulence, everything, it also requires the Lord's blessing. Whereas the verse clear indicates no matter what condition of life one can carry this mantra. And if we can't carry this mantra, then desires of the heart gonna get fulfilled. Purport: the prayers offered by Brahma can be chanted by anyone who desires to fulfill his own sense gratification. Those who want to fulfill the material senses, plus material senses, they cannot pray the way Brahmaji prayed. Because Brahma is a pure devotee of the Lord, so he prayed with sincere heart. The prayers can be selected only by a person who wants to satisfy the Lord in his service. If we desire to serve the Lord and fulfill his desire and satisfy the Lord, then such prayers like Brahmaji did in person's mind. If his intention is not to person but to fulfill his own selfish desire, then that that will then such a prayer will not be heard. Sense gratification prayers directed toward the sense gratification does not satisfy the Supreme Lord. Such prayers can be selected only by a person who wants to satisfy the Lord in his service. The Lord certainly fulfills all desires in regard to transcendental loving service, but he cannot fulfill the whims of non-devotees, even when such casual devotees offer him the extra prayers. So the Lord fulfills all the desires of the living entity if his prayers are sincere. Sincerity is what matters. How sincere you are in the devotional service is what matters. If you are not sincere, even the best of the offering is not pleasing to the Lord. Like we were saying, demigods have so much opulence and they have so many ingredients, all pure in heaven, like the gold ornaments and ghee, butter, ghee, like these various ingredients are there. Demigods have unlimited, and then they offer this, but it does not satisfy the Lord. We were reading. Why it does not satisfy? Because they are not sincere in their endeavor trying to achieve the Lord alone. They are all trying to achieve the sense gratification. That's why such a prayer is not very important to the Lord. Sometimes karmis imitate and try to praise the Lord God without knowing what is the form of God, how does he look like, and how the prayer should be offered, how great devotees offer prayer without and without sincerely endeavoring with great determination. We cannot do the proper prayer and such a prayers will not be heard by the Lord. And they are sometimes they may offer some prayer, but such a prayer will not be heard. That has no effect. So that's why prayer should be from the heart. If we sincerely pray and know the signs of God and without desires for profit, if we pray, then the Lord hears such a prayers, and if the Lord hears it, then what is not possible to achieve. But if the prayers are not sincere, then such prayers have no meaning. It is just like the frog in the well, he just makes big sound, but he's a small frog in the well. So these are verses explained by God, Krishna himself, and Vishnu or Krishna. He says, those who pray like you and worship me, worship God, or worship Supreme Person, the Supreme Krishna, shall very soon be pleased with, blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires. So many desires are lodged in the heart. We want a nice car, we want a nice house, we want many other things, we want good bank balance. So these are desires in the heart. These desires can be fulfilled if we sincerely pray. It's like Christians say, let's just pray, that's what they say. And they start to speak some words. So prayer is such important thing. If sincerely prayed, yeah, they pray. So if we pray sincerely with all the heart into it, then what is not possible? Everything is possible. But we don't sincerely pray. If we pray and such a prayer is not effective. But if we pray with all the heart into it, then the Lord is compelled to hear it and he fulfills that prayer. So that's why prayer should be from the heart. The Lord says in this verse, who worship me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all the desires. All the desires. For I am the Lord of all benedictions. All the benedictions that person gets are all coming from the Supreme Person. We think we are working hard and getting it, but no. Benediction, good benedictions that comes in our house for our enjoyment are all given by the Lord Himself. But we don't see how He does it. We don't directly see it, but indirectly it comes to various people's hands. And in that we don't recognize it's the Lord who is doing it. We think the other person is doing, so we should go and start to make friendship with the other person, but he has his own set of problems, so nobody gets fulfilled. But if we sincerely pray and pray to the Supreme Person, then he knows the heart of all living entities. Sarvasyatam Risan Nidishto Matas Pratyajnanam Apohanam Sa Vedich Sarvai Rameva Vedyo Vedanta Veda Videva. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. This is how he explained it. So, in staying in everyone's heart, the Lord fulfills the desires of everyone. He is seated in everyone's heart. But to realize that He is seated there is very hard. And if we realize it, then we would sincerely pray. And if we sincerely pray, then the desire of the heart gets fulfilled. And sincere prayer are the one that Lord appreciates. Brahmaji's prayer are so sincere and they are all belonging to the human society. That who prays, who doesn't pray, who is devotee, who is not devotee, what happens when we perform devotional service, what happens when we don't perform devotional service. This subject matter Brahma reported all over the book, all over the prayers. So this is what the prayers are. That life experience is what the prayers are. So that life experience, if we sincerely pray and give to Lord as a token of our appreciation, then the Lord understands it and hears it and He fulfills the desires that belong in our heart. And one thing Prabhupada quote here is like the devotee would pray to the Lord by best of prayers, such non-devotees without sincerity and the true service are not so effective to the Lord. But if they even they pray some time without having complete faith, the prayer will not hurt. Let's read 41 verse 2. Tena tapasa ikirtana yoga samadhina tatam sampriti mamati tatvin matam. It is the opinion of experts and scientists that the ultimate goal of performing all traditional good work, penances, sacrifice, charities, mystic activities, trance, etc. is to invoke my satisfaction. So here is another important thing. What satisfies the Lord? It's hard to know what actually satisfies the Lord. We want to satisfy the Supreme Person. To satisfy the Supreme Person, it is very important to know what actually satisfies Him. Verse that is explained, ultimate goal of performing all traditional good works, penances, sacrifice, charities, mystics, trance, etc. So these are various activities one performed by the Lord. What are they? They are like performing good works or going through penances, like fasting on Ekadashi, sacrifices, charities, giving money for the purpose of the Lord's expansion, Lord's glory, the glorification of the Lord. Mystic activities. So mystic activities means concentrating mind on the person. Those are called the mystic activities. We could fix our mind on the form of the Lord, and that's the more mystic power. Trances. These are the engagement that satisfies the Lord. They do is they invoke the Lord's satisfaction. If we go through penances, we go through austerities, we do charities, mystic yoga, and we remain in trance. So these sort of things satisfy the Lord more. So these are all devotional service. And he says these are opinion of expert transcendentalists. So those who have practiced Krishna consciousness for a long time, they have concluded that these are the things that satisfy the Lord. There are many traditionally pious activities in human society, such as altruism, philanthropy, nationalism, internationalism, charity, sacrifice, penance, and even meditation and trance, and all of these them can be fully beneficial only when they meet that person of Godhead. So many various activities are there, just like pious activities in human society, just like altruism, philanthropy, nationalism, internationalism. Just like Prabhupada opened an international society for Krishna consciousness. International work, performing charity, giving charity to the needed, doing sacrifice and penances, many various vows and brothers, deeds, and even meditation and trance. And all of them can be fully beneficiary when they satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they all become satisfactory when they are performed for the personality of God. Until and unless we perform these activities for the satisfaction of the Lord, they don't give a good result. So these things satisfies the Lord more. The perfection of any activity, social, political, religious, or philanthropic, is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Run a country, you know, running a country also is a satisfaction of the Lord. Happy, there is peace in the country, and nobody is quarreling, there is no fear to live in human society. Satisfaction of the Lord because that satisfies the all living entities. That's why a king's duty is to bring about peace to all human society. Bhagavatam, there are Prahlad Maharaj, there are Janak Maharaj, there are Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Rantidev. Like these various personalities are mentioned in all over the books, their activities. Why? Because these were kings that were educated uh, kings and saintly kings and saintly human beings. So their activities are mentioned over the books because society needs. Because they were devotees and they performed penance, sacrifice, everything for the person of the Lord, while people in general to understand the position. It is actually fulfills the satisfies the Lord. In the Bhagavatam, when uh, when Rukmini say love letter to Lord Krishna, the Brahmana was sent to deliver the letter. And when the Brahmana reached to the Lord Krishna delivering the letter, what did the Lord say? Right with you, dear Brahmana, in society, a king who satisfies the people in general with their peace of mind, is such a king is dear to me. That's how he mentioned there. So, in human society, if the political people are not able to bring peace on the people's mind, there is no, there is such a political leader has no meaning to the human society if he is not able to bring peace to the society. So that's why national people, people who want to do the political, go into the political field, needs to know the Srimad Bhagavatam. But people don't care, they criticize saying this is sectarian religion, it is a cult. That's kind of comment they make without knowing what it actually is and if it is absolute truth. Also, for religion, government does not give any money. Other purposes, government gives money, but for religious purpose, government does not give money. People, in general, political people, India government does not give government doesn't give money for religious purpose. They take money for heart of no when Prabhupada was there in India, he wanted some help from government. Wanted to build temple, taking from government, but nobody gave any. No government gave any money. There are government does not put money for religious purpose. Put money for schools, hospitals, and other kind of work. But as for religious purpose, for temples, like building a temple, government does not give money. To do good for life, this sort of activity, the government doesn't give money. They are interested in other things, their own kind of things that are not really religious. So this shows that real religions are not appreciated by politicians. politicians are not into real religious work. They can do some other activities which is not related with the like hospitals are needed, but there are more to it. There's more you can do than hospital opening or school opening. But for the absolute truth to preach the holy name of the Lord, they never put any money. The holy name, preaching the holy name is so important. But do they put any money to preach the holy name? No, they put no money. So same thing here in America also. They want to separate the churches. Will separate. Government will not interfere with churches further. But as for giving some particular help, they are not enthusiastic. So that's why uh, it is very little that we get from God activity. Charities activities. So these are the ones that invoke the Lord's satisfaction. The Lord is saying what gives his satisfaction. Sometimes it is hard for people in general to understand what actually satisfies the Lord. Bhagavatam process is to satisfy the Lord's senses. And to satisfy the Lord's senses, one has to do some traditional good work, penances, sacrifice, charity, mystic activities, trances, etc. is to invoke my satisfaction. So those are the ones that satisfy the Lord. There are many traditionally pious activities in human society such as altruism, philanthropy, nationalism, internationalism, charity, sacrifice, penance, and even meditation, distance, all of them can be fully and they lead to the satisfaction of this person. They've got it. The perfection of any activity, social, political, religious, or philanthropic, is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. It may be social activity, it may be political activity, it may be religious activity, or it may be philanthropic activity. But their aim, their goal is for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Success is known to devotees of the Lord as exemplified by Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What happened? Kurukshetra, at the beginning, Arjuna wanted to just protect his family members, just for the sake of the people of general. He thought of relatives and kinsmen. They were all standing on opposite army, sin, and it will pollute the family. That kind of thought he was having. But when Lord explained Bhagavad Gita entirely, human body is only a temporary vessel, but the soul is eternal, it never dies and takes birth. And then that understanding that soul, we have to work on spiritual understanding who God is, putting the God in center. When we work, then all the fulfillment of desires can come into action. But simply understand, simply try to protect his body and his was not working until he became Krishna conscious. So when Lord instructed that putting the Lord in the center is the way of living, then only his desires were fulfilled and he win the battle and battle of Kurukshetra and all his desires are fulfilled later on. So this is a secret that we have to understand. It's a very big secret that unless we put the supreme person in the center, the desire of the heart and everything is not fulfilled. It remains unfulfilled. So this secret is not known to everyone. Only the devotees of the Lord know this. That putting the Lord in the center is the way of living. As a good non-violent man, Arjuna did not want to fight with his kinsmen. But when he understood that Krishna wanted the fight and had arranged it at Kurukshetra, he gave up his own satisfaction and sought satisfaction of the Lord. At the beginning, Arjuna did not wanted to fight, but when he understood that Lord Krishna wants this fight to take place, because Lord wanted this place and he wanted to annihilate the miscreants, all these bad kings who were claiming themselves to be king, but they were only king, and Lord wanted to make this what happened. When Arjuna understood it, after the Lord explained everything, his position and Arjuna's position and all other people's position and everything, after he understood it, then he gave up his own idea of protecting his kinsman and his body, rather fight and do work of the Lord. So when he did it, then that satisfied the Lord very much. That is the right decision for all intelligent men. So intelligent men in the devotion of the Lord. Esa buddhimatam buddhi manisata manisinam satya maniteneya matena mamritam. Intelligence of the intelligent and choice of the more powerful man. The secret that to satisfy the Lord's senses, if we do perform the activities to satisfy the Lord, goal of life comes, and that's where the human activity begins. But if we think of our senses only, then there is no fulfillment of the Lord's senses, and that activity is not satisfying the Lord. And if the Lord is not satisfied, how can there be any material fulfillment? Nasti buddhi rayuktasya nata yuktasya bhavana nata bhavayata santasya kuta sukham. Unless one is connected with the Supreme Person, there is no intelligence, and uh, and there is no peace, and without peace there is no happiness in life. So after Arjuna fought in Kurukshetra in this way, he satisfied the Lord, and that is the way to do the work. An intelligent person always tries to do this way. That what is God's desire? Knowing what is God's desire, if we follow that and try to work in that satisfaction way that fulfills the Lord's senses, then that is the real work, and that also satisfies the man. One's only concern should be to satisfy the Lord by one's activities. Even if we move a little step, everything that we perform should be for the satisfaction of the Lord. Everything should be directed towards satisfying the body. And if we do that, then fulfillment of one's desire will come into action. Try by an action, whatever it may be, then it is successful. People fail in their activities everywhere. So many places people do, so many various industrialists open their industries, and other people in the world for so many other activities. But most people are all cannot be success because their activities are not directed toward the Supreme Person. But if they would understand Srimad Bhagavatam message and put the God in the center and directed their activities toward the Supreme Person, then there would be successful work. Otherwise, it is simply a waste of time. To do the work not directed toward the Supreme Person is a waste of time. There was a cartoon, that explained like devotee is walking and an industrialist is walking. Hare Krishna and time in chanting Hare Krishna and doing devotional service, think that this man is wasting his time. What a waste of time, industrialist thinks. And then the devotee thinks this industrial man, he has directed all his energies to create big factories and everything, he is wasting his time, nothing is directed towards the Supreme Person. They are wasting their time. But who is right, who is not right? Here the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is explained by Lord Himself, gives a clear understanding that to direct our attention for creating a big industries and factories is a waste of time. If the result is not directed towards the Supreme Person. That is the standard of all sacrifice, penance, austerity, mystic strength, and other good and pious work. So, uh, the standard way of doing the sacrifice, the standard way of doing penance, the standard way of doing some austerity, and going through mystic trance and other good and pious work is to satisfy the Lord. Try to satisfy the Lord with his senses. If we do way, then there is a fulfillment of the desire of the heart. Otherwise, everything remains unfulfilled and nobody is satisfied. The work remains as the work and it doesn't satisfy anybody. Look at in America how so many people end up in hospitals and jail. Why? Because they are all frustrated in their endeavor and they drink alcohol and they do drugs because they are all frustrated. They go to work to house. This is how if everybody's life goes on. So this way of life is very frustrating, and people, because so much stress is in their mind, so they smoke marijuana and many other drug related various kind of smoking short substance, and this thing makes them their mind crazy, and if people end up in psychiatric hospitals. Why? Because of frustration of industries. So much industrial has been done, and then that frustrates people with no aim on Supreme Person. Who is the Supreme Person? How to satisfy his senses is not given to the people in general, and that's why it frustrates. But nowadays they are doing uh, a new group of studies that government schools do not have any religious books. You know, all school kids should never know anything about religion. Just keep completely separate. So this sort of education they are developing. So in such a wrong way of education, how can there be any fulfillment of the desires and how can there be satisfaction of people in general? People all end up in jail and mental illness and sort of thing happens. Unless the trees and all other things that we do, our endeavor is directed towards satisfying the Lord or keeping the Lord in the center. There is no hope of success and then there is no hope of peace of mind. And if there is no hope of success and peace of mind, how can there be any fulfillment? There is no fulfillment of desires. It's not simply a waste of time and wasting our energy for no particular gain. That's why it is such an important. Now it's almost like an emergency. People understand knowledge properly. But whether we are giving a book or we are running a temple, we are creating beautiful deities, food to satisfy their hunger. So if you do this sort of thing, then people will be slowly attracted to Krishna consciousness. This 10,000 year of golden age should be a lot of preaching work. Personal actively supposed to go. Devotees are endeavoring everywhere to do this sort of work, so that gives some hope to the people in general. They books and come back to the temple and do some devotional service. This way, fulfill. If they don't fulfill, they don't come to the temple, then they will all end up in frustration and no hope, and it's simply a waste of time. So let's repeat the verse. Any human being, Any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires, for I am the Lord of all benediction. It is the expert transcendentalist that the ultimate goal of performing all traditional good works, penances, sacrifice, charities, mystic activities, trances, etc., is to invoke my satisfaction. So everything one does is for satisfaction of the Lord. These things are done only to satisfy the Lord. But if we do any of this that does not satisfy the Lord, then it is no good work. It has no satisfaction. Then the person who does it also doesn't get satisfied. It's just simply waste of time and energy. Hare Krishna. Comment. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki,